Okay, see in the beams now, in this building we have got different types of beams. For example, we have a simply supported beam, we have a fixed beam, we have continuous beam, we have cantilever beam. Okay, we have got different types of beams, beam support. Basically it is types of beam support, and how to recognize these different types of beams and how do we do the detailing of it. So first of all, you need to recognize in our building where is the simply supported beam, and how do you recognize simply supported beam. See, to understand that, let's I will show you how to find out the bending moment. Okay, on this right now I will show you how to find out the bending moment on the screen directly. For that, you have to come to this results at the bottom. You need to come to result at the bottom, and then you have to select envelope at the top here. So when you select envelope, you can see forces in the beams. So when I select force in the beams, we can find out the bending moment for envelope, for load case, and for combination. The load case is we have got self-weight, dead load and live load, but we want a bending moment for the combinations. We have got 4 different combinations here, but we want the worst case. The worst case will come only in the envelope. When you select envelope, so it will give one of the best among these 4 worst case bending moment, which is for which we have to do the design. So that is what is called envelope bending moment. So now to find the envelope bending moments, I am just selecting this. Then you can see the moments. I am selecting top and bottom reinforcement moments, and I am just selecting the scale factor as 0.02. That's the diagram, bending moment diagram scale factor, and accept. Suppose if I click on any beam here, suppose if I click here, you see this is the bending moment, and if I click here, this is the bending moment. If I click here, this is the bending moment. So let me just go one by one. Suppose if you see the beam here, if I click on this beam, okay, go to envelope, forces, accept, click on this beam. See this bending moment here, bending moment at the support, it's almost 0. We have a bending moment only in the middle. For example, if you treat this as a beam, and this is the beam support, this is the support, okay, the beam is resting on the another beam, and you can see near the support we have got almost 0 bending moment. So this is actually a simply supported beam. Similarly, one more, let's go into this. See, this is the beam, the another beam. So this is actually called, we call it as a secondary beam. The beam resting on another beam is actually a secondary beam, and near the intersection of the beam and beam support, we always get a almost 0 bending moment here. So whenever we have a very 0, this is minus 1.7, this is minus 0.72, almost 0. Okay, may not be 0 but almost 0. So this is what this type of beams we call it as a simply supported beam. And there is one more beam here, this is also simply supported. For example, you can select this one, click, and you can see near the support it is almost 0 bending moment. So here let me just write here 0 bending moment at support. Okay, so probably now you will understand this one beam is resting on the another beam. That is, if you come to this is the beam resting on another beam. It supports this is the primary beam and this is the secondary beam. And if you see the envelope here, bending moment, you can see this support, at the support the bending moments are almost 0. So this is actually called simply supported beam. When you come to this point here, we have got supported on the columns. You can see there is a beam here, this is the beam, let's say this is the beam, and this is actually supported on, there is a column here and there is a column here. And when you have a column support, we get a fixity near the ends of the beams, and we get a fixed end moment. For example, if you go to bending moment and then click on the beam here, you can see there is a fixed end moment. And now I will show you, this is the fixed end moment here, negative moment, that's a hogging moment, and this is the sagging moment. So whenever we get a fixed end moment near the support, we have a fixed support actually. And what is the difference between this beam and this beam or this beam? See, this is the beam which has got a almost zero bending moment. This is the support, near the support we have got a negative bending moment. So simply supported is where we have a zero bending moment. Wherever we have a arcing bending moment support near the support, this is a fixed support or fixed beam. Okay. Now how do we make sure that reinforcement in this simply supported and the fixed beam, how do we do the design? See, when I come to the design of beams, I will explain you how do we take care of this reinforcement in these two beams and how we do the detailing. So in general, the simply supported beam is nothing but there is a beam resting on a simple support here, and whereas this is the beam and we have a fixed support here. Wherever we have a column, so that is a fixed support. So this is fixity here. This is also fixity here. Okay, so this is about fixed beam. So what about the continuous beam? When we come to the other beam, say for example here, we have a beam continuous over two or more supports. So in this case, we have a beam. This is one beam, this is another beam. This is continuous over two or more supports. We have got a support here, we have got one more support here, we have got one more support, and this could be a column support or a beam support. This is actually continuous over two or more supports. And if you want to see the bending moment, see how do you expect this bending moment here? If you look at this, there is a column, there is a column here, there is a column here, there is a column here, and we can expect near the column there is a fixity here, here also column, that means there is a fixity here, and we may expect a bending moment which goes up and then comes down, then again goes up here near the column, and then again it goes up near the column. So this is how we can expect the bending moment. Wherever we have a column support, we expect a negative bending moment or arcing bending moment. Let's see this. You go to envelope, forces, and then simply click on this beam. You can see this, we have the negative bending moment near the support and arcing bending moment near the in between the panels. So this is sagging, this is hogging, and this is a beam, this is resting on two or more supports. So this is a continuous beam. So let's see this in these three beams. Let us see it in the 3D view. Let me just show you. For example, any type of beam, you can see here, this is the beam. When you look at the beam, see, this is the beam resting on the another beam. So this is simply supported, this is simply supported, and this one you can see this is resting on the column. Okay, if you look at from the bottom here, you can see this, there is a beam, this is resting on column and column. So this is fixed beam. Okay, and now coming to this this type here, see here we have a continuous beam. See, this is support here, here and here, and there is a, this beam is continuous over two or more support. So this is a continuous beam, this is a continuous beam, and in that we are getting the, wherever we have a column support, we are getting the negative bending moment or arcing bending moment. See, this is one beam, you can observe very carefully, wherein one portion is actually, this support is actually a fixed support, there is a column here, so there is a fixity, whereas here another support, this is resting on the another beam. So resting on the another beam means we will get a zero bending moment here like this. This is the beam, this beam rests on this beam, zero bending moment. Here we have got a negative bending moment, and also it goes continuous. Let's go back to our here beam. See, this is the beam I am discussing. You can see this is the beam, this is the beam, and we have a column, that means there is a fixity, and here there is a beam that is resting on another beam. So we have got this type of support. So how to expect this type of bending moment for this type of beam? It's also continuous here. You can see this beam goes continuous here, and there is a fixity here also. Okay, we have the combination of simply supported at one support, continuous or fixity at the other support. Okay, this is the combination of simply supported and fixity. Let's understand how to draw this bending moment. See, in this case our bending moment should start from 0 or almost 0, and it goes down here, and then it will go up here because this is a column support. Okay, and then since it is a continuous, it comes down and then again it goes up here. Okay, and then there is a negative bending moment because there is a column fixity. Okay, so now this portion, this is the portion of the beam where we have one edge negative bending moment, another edge zero bending moment. This is actually called propped cantilever. This is neither a fixed, neither simply supported, it is combination of both. So that is why it is called propped cantilever. Okay, let us see the bending moment here. Let's go to envelope, forces in the beams, accept, and then click here. You see this bending moment, we are getting a zero bending moment going down, and then it is going up to the negative bending moment near the support. Again it comes down positive, then again going to the negative near the support here. And the beam, this is the beam which is propped cantilever, because one end we have got a simply supported condition, another end we have got a fixed condition. So this is called propped cantilever. So we have covered so many beams. Now let's come to the cantilever beam. Now what is cantilever beam and how does it affect? See, free body diagram of a cantilever beam. How do we draw the beam? See, this is the beam, and at the support we just make it as fixed here. The fixed means there is to be a column, and then we give some load here, something like this. This is the load, and because of this cantilever effect, near the, see, the support is, if the support is here, but this is the load, this is the support. So always you don't get confused. If a arrow is going down here, that means there is a load. Okay, so now near the free end we get the free at the free end we get a bending moment 0. At the fixed support we get a negative bending moment always. So our bending moment diagram will go something like this, and it goes up here. Okay, near the support we have got a negative bending moment. And where is this situation in our structure? See, we have got this situation, one is here, another one is here. Now what is the difference between this and this? I have already explained you. One end is simply supported, another one end is fixed. The same thing happens here also. This is also one end is free or supported on the another beam. Here there is a column, so there is a same condition. If I draw a free body here like this, okay, and here also I am drawing a free body, this is also fixed here. Now both cannot become a cantilever. One beam has to rest on the another beam. That means one beam is supporting the another beam. So how do we make sure that which is carrying what? Whenever we have a shorter length of a beam, for example, in these two cases, this length is less, this length is more. So in this case, this beam becomes a stronger beam. Okay, that means it becomes a stronger, means it becomes a support for this beam. Okay, so in that case, this is a primary beam, this is a secondary beam, and this beam is resting on this beam like a, this is actually a beam like this, and this is the beam resting on this beam like a support, and we have got a column here. Okay, so now in this case we are expecting a negative bending moment here. So let's draw the moment diagram. Starting from 0, it goes up like this. Okay, this is negative bending moment. So there is another support here, it goes continuous, so it may go like this. Okay, and again it may go like this, because it's a support here, so negative near the support. So depending upon the span length, we may get this beam bending moment. Maybe it is a positive bending moment, maybe so much, or maybe even it may not even reach the bending moment positive also sometimes. Okay, because the span is very less. Okay, so we may get we call it as a upward bending. The name is actually upward bending because the span is very less compared to the another span here. So let's see the bending moment pattern. For that you have to go to envelope, select forces and then accept, click on this beam here. Now you see the bending moment pattern. You can see this is the going up here near the support and then comes down again near the support, going up, then again it is coming down, sagging bending moment, then arcing bending moment. So if you look at the 3D view, you can see this. This is the there are two possibilities here. One is this is the propped cantilever and this is the cantilever. So how do we recognize which is cantilever? The shorter span is actually cantilever because that becomes stronger beam, and the another one is a propped cantilever. Okay, so that means this beam is resting on this beam. So this is actually carrying the reaction of this beam.